Hello everyone, this is Ashish and let's talk about that overdue priority list. Few videos back I talked about this, that your CGPA has its importance but relative to other important things as well. It is not the most important thing, it's not the least important thing. If you're preparing for government jobs or a higher studies, it lies somewhere in the middle, and that is what we are going to get at. This is what we call a 6-step priority list, and I think that every undergraduate should be following it if they are preparing for some higher studies or some government job post their graduation. So let's talk about that one by one in the simplest way possible. So the topmost priority should be given to not having a backlog. You cannot have a backlog if you want to graduate in that certain period. As long as you are having a backlog, you are not a graduate. It's as simple as that. To be a graduate, you should clear all the examinations. And if you are not able to do that within a certain period of time, then you will be completing your degree in, let us say, 5 years or more than whatever time your graduate program was for. So it is very important for you to not have a backlog, or if you have a backlog, clear it as fast as possible. The second priority would be to have a percentage above 60%. Now, if your college gives your marks or result in terms of CGPA, then you'll have to find out the conversion ratio. Find it out what it converts to in the form of percentage, because most of the companies will be having their criteria in terms of percentage. Now, the third criteria after that would be having a percentage above 67%. Now, having a percentage lower than 60% will debar you from a lot of higher studies, a lot of MTechs and a lot of government jobs. But above 60%, you will be eligible for most of them. Above 67, you will be eligible for ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, which gives the highest criteria for your degree percentage when it comes to your eligibility. So keep that in your mind. If you are having above 67%, then you are eligible for all the government jobs. That is a big plus, and especially if you're preparing for government jobs, then you should keep this in your mind. If you're having below this and preparing for government jobs, you might want to rethink your planning, because you won't even be eligible for a lot of them. So these are your priorities that are placed above your government job preparation. So let us say I'm having 5 backlogs and I'm having a percentage of 55%, and I thought that I'm going to prepare for GATE examination, and then when you did crack GATE examination, then you found out that you won't be eligible. Another thing, it's a quick one that I want to bring over here, that color blindness is a big problem when it comes to government jobs. I've seen it personally happen to a lot of my friends, happen to a lot of my students. They qualified the examination, qualified the interview, and in the medical round they are disqualified. It recently happened to one of my students in CIL. So you have to get it checked before you start preparing for competitive examination. Please do it, guys. It's a long journey to prepare for competitive examination, and at the end, if you find out that you're not eligible, then it is going to be very disheartening. It is disheartening. It was disheartening even for me, because I know that those people have been preparing for a long time. I just know them. Think what is going to happen in their head. One of my friend actually went in depression for 6 months. He was working in ISRO at that time. He got selected in ISRO. For 6 months he did not show up because he was that sad, and obviously because he was preparing for 2 to 3 years. That would be disheartening. So before you start your journey, I think that you should get it checked, and a lot of people don't even know that, and you should find out. I would have definitely found out if I knew that this is such a big problem. Get your color blindness checked. A lot of people have a very partial thing, but a lot of government jobs, well, they are not going to consider it. A lot of people have written letters, they have sent it again and again, but no response, no change, which is actually super sad. But if you're starting your preparation for government examination, do get it checked. Okay, nice. Then we are going to move to the next priority. Well, the next priority is preparation for your government jobs. So if you're satisfying the 67 mark and the things that I've talked about, then definitely go ahead for your full-fledged government job preparation. But a higher percentage will be beneficial for you, and we are going to talk about what if that 9-pointer or a gold medal something, should I hunt for that or not? And The answer is yes, but with a star, and I'm going to explain that with an example as well. Alright, so the next priority for you guys would be to have a decent percentage. A percentage in between 75% to 85% would be considered decent by most of the organization. So if you're landing in between that, that is the great one. It's not always necessary to go for a 9-pointer or a medal. This percentage will be making you eligible not only for all the government jobs but for all the campus placements. A lot of the campus placements has a criteria above 7.5. I still remember TCS in my year had certain criteria like above 8 will not have to sit for aptitude round. So in those situations also you'll be benefited, and at the end of the day it will look good into the eyes of the interviewers who are seeing your percentage. Okay, 80%, that is decent, must have put some work into his or her graduation. So having a percentage above 75% is definitely recommended. And apart from that, let us say you're going for MS abroad, something like that, then the universities abroad will definitely take notice of that, especially if you're not from a top IIT or an NIT or top colleges, well recognized colleges. Then they are going to look at your percentage, that how much work have you done towards your graduation. Another quick one, that quick note that I want to bring because of another student that I know. If you're just getting into a college after your let us say senior secondary or your high school, make sure if it is not a well recognized college, make sure it is a well certified college. Do the due diligence and find out whether the college is well certified or not, because I still remember one student in his 4th year found out that this college is not even AICTE approved, and thus his degree is not valid. And a lot of times I remember in my BARC interview and my ISRO interview, they had to do a little bit search whether this college is valid or not, and ultimately they found out that it was, because my college comes under the Manipal group. But you'll have to find out whether your college is well certified or not if you're getting into a college. Well, that was a quick one. Now the 6th one is obviously being a topper or having a very high CGPA, like having a CGPA above 9.5. Now it does have its benefits and it will be like a feather in your cap in all the situations, but it is still the last priority because it does not matter that much. Well, it cannot do you any harm, but it does not matter as much. So let us say I'm having a gold medal and a 9.9 CGPA and I don't have a job, I'm unemployed. Well, that does not do me a lot of favors, right? That would be a very rare scenario, but it exists, I know that. So you should focus on that, but after you have ensured that you are going to get a job or you have a career after you have graduated. That is why all the other things like getting a job, even campus placement would be above this, but campus placement and this topper thing generally goes hand in hand. Like if you are a topper, then you'll be having a good shot towards campus placements in most of the cases, obviously not taking the exceptions, but it is a priority. That's what I'm saying. It is the last priority, but it is a priority. If you can put time into that or you're naturally good into that, you should definitely try to maintain it. So I was bringing that example of the boy who I was guiding for a long time, and what happened at the end, he became so serious that I want a gold medal that he completely dropped his GATE preparation, and he was preparing since his 3rd semester. He was in such a good situation that he solved all the previous year question of GATE, engineering services, was performing well in test series. But in his 7th semester, to make sure that the silver medal person does not surpass him and that he ensures his gold medal, he completely dropped his GATE preparation. It did not make it. What he was saying is that I'm going to do it next year. Now I'm going to secure my gold medal. Well, next year never came. So a lot of things are going to happen in just 1 year. Well, let us say people who said next year in 2019 knows what happened, or those who said in 2020 got the point. So I believe that this is the last priority. If you're not having a secure job, not good placement in your college, it's not necessary. That's what I'm trying to say. I hope that cleared a lot of things in your head. If you have any more questions, please let me know down in the comment section. I'll definitely reply to you. If it is a question that needs a separate video, I'm going to do that as well. And I hope you found this video very beneficial. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe if you're new.